What's up guys, Cucu here and welcome to this new Anime Defenders video. It's been a long time since I've made content of Anime Defenders, but we're finally back. And we're going to be talking about the tier list I made for update number 7. I made both for Infinite and for Story Mode. And this video will be basically to explain a little bit what is happening, what is going around, what's good, what's bad, what's in the meta. Because there has been a lot of changes, and also, as you guys know, I didn't upload update 6 tier list. So there's a lot to talk about, and let's get straight into it. Okay, so we're talking about the Infinite, Raid, and HOM tier list. HOM is Hall of Mirrors. I got some questions about that, but basically it's more for Infinite or for high wave game modes. It's also it could be for portals too, but yeah, basically mainly for Infinite. As you guys see, Dragon Wizard is back on top. Some people will say, wait, how's he back on top? Last update, or 2 updates ago, Radiant King was on the top by a large margin because his bleed was absolutely insane. And basically they saw that his bleed was too good and he got nerfed, so that's why he fell off in the tier list. But he is a pretty good unit still, Radiant King. Okay, so now Dragon Wizard. Dragon Wizard and King of Dragons are pretty close to each other in terms of DPS and how good the unit is, but there is one thing, that Dragon Wizard is fully AoE, and fully AoE will always be the best type of AoE, so that's why he's in the top 1. Okay, so King of Dragons. King of Dragons is the evolution of Natsu, the second Evo, and King of Dragons is really good. He is not fully AoE, but he is like a big circle AoE. He has both an ability and he also applies burn. And yeah, he's a really good unit all around. Then we have Expert Sharpshooter. Expert Sharpshooter has a 25% crit chance buff and a 50% crit damage buff. And she also has an ability. She's really good. And then we have Golden Adult. Golden Adult is a really good unit. He was, if we don't take into account these guys' abilities, he would be top 1. But these guys have abilities and which make them a little bit better than Golden Adult. But Golden Adult has the highest straight DPS in the game right now, and he is a fully AoE, and he also applies curse to enemies. That's why he's also in support. He applies 50% curse to enemies, so he's OP for Infinite, and he's a must-get unit. Then we have Radiant King. Radiant King, he still applies bleed. He's not fully AoE. And he is still a really good unit, but he did fall off after the nerf they did on him. And then we have Celestial Tyrant. Celestial Tyrant is a new unit, like a new rarity unit, and he is really good. I thought he was going to be better, like a lot of people did, but mainly what is good about him is his ability. His ability is a 10-second time stop where all the enemies in his range get totally frozen, and they get a debuff of 50% health. So that's why he's also in support, because he has a really good time stop that basically nerfs all other units. Then we have Dracula. Dracula is ground in his first 2 stages, like non-evo and 50%, like the first evo, he's a ground, but then he becomes a hybrid unit when he's at 100%. And yeah, Dracula is really good. His summons are pretty good. He's a consistent unit. He is also fully AoE, such as Celestial. And yeah, pretty straightforward. He's a good unit. He summons, yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about meta grounds. I'm going to mostly talk about the metas, and then a little bit about the good and good ground. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Abyssal Warden. Abyssal Warden is a really interesting unit because his summon, he is here not only because of his summon, but he is a fully AoE unit, good damage and pretty high in damage and everything. But what is interesting about him is his summon. He summons an enemy, or well, an ally that has a 200% base health, like it's 200% of Abyssal Warden's damage as health, and he also gains 2% health for each soul up to 500%. So yeah, basically he has a summon that scales a lot, which is OP for Infinite, because some of you guys obviously know when you do a leaderboard run, you sometimes get stuck with certain bosses, but you could keep going. So this is where Abyssal Warden will be OP. Basically, he will summon that tank, and it will be like good to kill the tank. To kill the boss, sorry. So yeah, that's why Abyssal Warden is over there. He's a really interesting unit, good unit. Okay, now we got Poseidon. Poseidon, he basically is maintaining his spot close. Like now he's in second place. He is consistent, he's a slow, he's a full AoE, 3 placement, good unit. Okay, now I have Skull Vindicator. Skull Vindicator is one of the double evos. He is a line AoE. If he was like a full AoE or a bigger AoE, he would be higher up because he has really good damage too. But he's right there. He is a consistent. He does good damage and interesting AoE. Not that big, but he does really good damage. Okay, now we have Dark Sovereign. He was before like pretty low, but now we're taking into account abilities. Something I should have done sooner, yes. But we're gonna take now in account abilities. It's all in the spreadsheet. You guys can go inside the spreadsheet and see. I have a spreadsheet for non-ability and with ability. So that's how you can kind of like see the differences. It's in the bio. Like the spreadsheet is in the bio or in my Discord. So yeah, that's why Dark Sovereign is higher up. He's a full AoE with a nuke of an ability. It's 3,000% of his damage, something like that. But yeah, really good ability. That's why he's up there. And then we have Shadow Conjurer. Shadow Conjurer is he has been in the top from a long time now. He is a OP burn unit, so that's why he's on top here. And then we have Elf Saint. Elf Saint is a really good unit. She is fully AoE ground, but the problem of her is that she doesn't have like that ability or whatever. She does have Confuse, which is really good for especially infinite runs where you would want to bring an Ice Dragon. But in this case, Ice Dragon does not do much damage, and you end up losing a lot of damage when you bring to any infinites or leaderboard runs. That's why Elf Saint is like basically replacing Ice Dragon in support just for infinite mode, because her Confuse that she applies is a little bit worse than Ice Dragon, but the amount of damage she does in comparison to Ice Dragon's damage, that's why Ice Dragon is not even in the support category for infinite. Okay, now for good and hybrid, it's basically all the same. We have a new unit here, Demonic Harbinger. He's a good unit. He is a 4 placement. He's pretty like stable. He does burn, and he also has SPA reduction up to 30%, which is based on his assists. He is really good. He's a line AoE, so interesting unit. That obviously not as good as the other units, but yeah, that's why he's over there. Then we have Bionic Machine. Bionic Machine, I thought he was going to be higher up. He looked pretty interesting because he has crit damage and burn, and also a cone AoE. But yeah, he's over here. Good unit, like decent to like start off. Then we have other units. These are the wish units. Curse Overlord. I was hoping a lot more for Curse Overlord, but not that good. His ability, although, is good. I forgot to put him here. When I upload it in the Discord, he will be in the support category, which basically he halves the HP of enemies, but bosses are not included, so that's a problem. That's why kind of I didn't put him in support, because bosses is really important, but he will be after Elf Saint. He has a pretty good ability, but he slacks on damage. And then we have Legion Assassin, blah blah blah, pretty normal units. Good ground, we have Prime Leader. I was also hoping Prime Leader would be higher up, but as you guys see, he's right there. He has an ability which makes him pretty good. He is a 2 placement, but yeah, obviously not as good as other units. Then we have, I'm pretty sure that's all. Support, Stage Diva. Stage Diva is really OP. Let me get her ability right here. Okay, so Stage Diva, while she's singing her song, she boosts every single unit in her range for 30% damage 15% range, and decreases cooldown by 10%, and cost of upgrades by 15%. So yeah, Stage Diva is a super consistent support unit, and she's also a consistent farm unit. So yeah, that's why Stage Diva is in the top. For support, we already talked about Celestial, about Golden and Elf Saint, and then I put Dragon Wizard and Demon Lord here just because of Dragon Wizard is the burn buffer and Demon Lord is the bleed buffer, so that's why they're both there, but they're not as good as these supports. Well, it's depending. If you're gonna run a whole burn team, yes, burn Dragon Wizard. But yeah, that's basically it for the infinite tier list. Alright, so now we have the story / challenge tier list. I'm not gonna explain this one so much in detail, but yeah, Celestial Tyrant is up here now because he is a one placement unit, such as Lunar Huntress. So in story and challenge, what is important is, let's say you have a 5 placement unit. If you place 3 of them, you're already wasting a bunch of gold, and especially for story, your gold is really limited. Instead, with Celestial or Lunar, you just place 1, and it might be a little bit expensive at first, but you are like basically carrying the damage of other placements if it was more placements. It's kind of hard to explain, but yeah. For story, it's always OP when it's a 1 placement unit. That's why Celestial and Lunar are high up. And then we have almost the same up here. Meta ground is almost the same as well. Yeah, any different changes? I would say, okay, I'm gonna switch between to see the changes. Okay, Dark Sovereign went up because he's 2 placement and Skull Vindicator is 4 if I'm not wrong, or 3, but still he's better. And that's basically what happens in story and challenge tier list. It changes depending on the placements and how the unit scales or the cost of a unit. So that's why I'm not going to explain this one so much. But I will explain support, because as you guys see, there's like support in story is a little bit longer. I put Jadefire Knight because Jadefire Knight is basically better than Golden Adult because he does more debuff. Golden Adult does 15% debuff to enemies or 15% curse, and Jadefire Knight does what's it called, a 20% curse. So that's why Jadefire Knight is on top of Golden Adult and Celestial Tyrant, because Celestial Tyrant you need to make it to the last upgrade, that's the problem. Then we have Ice Dragon. Ice Dragon is basically the replacement for Elf Saint, since she is cheaper and easier to place, and also Elf Saint is a little bit slower. So in story mode, Ice Dragon is more meta, you could say, than Elf Saint. And in farm, Stage Diva is still the first, but Pink Rockstar is on top of Pink Demon Witch. So basically self-explanatory, and it's nothing new because that was how it was before. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I didn't want to make this video too long, that's why I was trying to explain as short as possible. If you do have any questions, or you do have like any opinion of something that shouldn't be there, or you think that this unit should be higher up, or this unit is bad, why is he up there, feel 100% free to just join the Discord and ask me about it, and I will respond respectfully. I will try to make you understand my point of view. If you don't understand my point of view and I don't understand your point of view, it's just gonna stay there. But I do want you guys to, like, if you have something to criticize, just say it. Or if you have an opinion, sometimes it actually helps, because I do notice, wait, maybe this should have been a little bit higher, and I take it into account, and sometimes it doesn't. But feel like 100% just do it. Just talk to me in DMs or in Discord. My DMs are always open, or also leave a comment right now in the video. So just wanted to clarify that, because some people are like, I don't know if I can tell you this, I don't know if I can ask you this. Just feel free to, like, you don't need to worry. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry if the video feels a little bit rushed, but I wanted to get this tier list out, especially since I took so long for the last tier list. And yeah, wanted to thank you guys. You always are supporting me, and appreciate you guys a lot. And I will try to be more consistent with tier lists at least, and I will probably upload some other content like showcase of units or something like that later on, but I've been really occupied with work and IRL stuff. So yeah, this is what I have to give you guys to show as a token of my appreciation. So I hope this tier list is good for you guys. And yeah, I'm kind of yapping a little bit. Don't forget to join the Discord, leave a sub, because there will be giveaways. I will host a giveaway at 1k subs, and I'll probably host much more giveaways in general. So yeah, don't forget to join the Discord, leave a sub, and thank you guys as always, and leave a comment for anything. So yeah guys, appreciate you guys, and see you guys in the next one.